All right, guys, I'm gonna go over the kind of the covert ops movement thing I've talked about in recent videos. I guess you'd call it like covert op logistics, but I started using this tactic for moving sinos around, particularly Falcon sinos in nullsec, and then I also just started using it to move like procurers around or hulks or something like that. Um, to just do some other mining, just so I don't have to like go through gates with mining barges or exhumers. I can kind of utilize the utility of the blockade runner and everything like that, which is why I run rigless on a lot of stuff that I do. So we're gonna just kind of go over the basics. We'll do a few jumps. You can see how it goes. Normally, it depends on what I'm trying to travel with, is if I'm using expanded cargo holds or not. So I'm gonna take those off right now. We take those off, and I got about 7,740 cubic meters. So what we're gonna do today, I need to put all this stuff somewhere, just so we can kind of better see what's going on. But what we're gonna do today is we're basically going to move the Hulk around using this blockade runner. And I utilize fits. I didn't mention in the last solo mining episode when I talked about corporations, but one of the other benefits of a corporation is the fits. I basically exclusively use corporation fittings. None of my tunes have personal fittings. Everything is saved at the corp level, and you can do that by just when you go to save your fit, just hover over the save button, and if you have the permissions, it'll let you save it to corp. So that's what really makes the kind of pop-up thing work, because you can just dump everything in the item hold when you get to where you need to go, and then you just bring up the fit and then hit fit ship, and it's good to go. So we gotta make sure, first thing we gotta make sure is that what we've got is saved. So this is essentially what we're going to be saving here, and as you can see here, sometimes these charges save, sometimes they don't. It's not a big deal if they don't, but the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna like so this Hulk is rigless, so we're gonna repackage this Hulk completely. We're in the crane right now, and so if you didn't have all this, I have a bunch of crap in my item hold, so this would be a lot easier to put in if you didn't have all this stuff. I'm not even gonna repackage this stuff just so it's clearly kind of out there. All right, so that's basically the whole fit. We also had some drones in this fit as well, 10 Hornets. And you just want to make sure that everything that's in the fit, on the fit in your fit window, is going to be in your inventory and everything. And this is great because like we can take this entire Hulk with us, and we actually didn't even have any mod strips on it. We gotta grab mod strips off of another ship. Who has mod strips? It's probably the Procure. I think I actually took the mod strips off of the Procure. So for doing that video, I feel like I could have been a little bit better prepared to do this video instead of moving all this stuff around. But you guys can kind of see what the logistics side and all that stuff is. So I'll throw those crystals in there, and then I usually go, if I'm going somewhere to mine, I might throw like 6 spare crystals in there. That stuff won't get added to the fit. We'll still have to kind of add that. But what's nice about this is we're only using 7 or about 3,900 cubic meters here of volume. So that means that we can actually travel with inertial stabilizers, which speeds us up quite a bit. It's about 3.47 on that. And then I usually always carry my 2 expanded cargo holds. It just depends on where I'm going, and if I need a little bit more space coming back with it. But there you go. Now I'm taking this Hulk basically over to where my Orca is. So, and we have a little bit too much heavy water on this side, so we're gonna fill up the rest of this cargo hold with the heavy water just to like give the Orca some stuff to work with. But that's essentially it. So let's go ahead and head that way, and it's pretty simple. I mean, you'll see in this video how I actually handle going from gate to gate to gate. in that whole situation. So let's go ahead and get our first jump. So really I only have to use the overview to go for the first jump here. I'm going to use the selection window for everything else. And what you want to do with the blockade runner is every time you can be cloaked, just so people can't really see you on D-scan approaching gates and stuff. It's just kind of good practice. So we're gonna go 6 jumps, and what's nice is when we get to our location, then we can just dump all this stuff out of the blockade runner, open our fit window, go to that fit ship, and it's good to go. So here's the process of what you do every time you go through a gate with the blockade runner. So you're gonna come out of the gate and you're gonna be in a gate cloak. And so what I immediately do is on the selection window, I just hit jump. You can't see it because it's covered my camera, but just hit jump on that window and then immediately your cloak. So that'll bring us out of gate cloak. We'll start aligning and then we'll be cloaked up before we even start moving. And that's just kind of, we do that every single time. If you're going through low seg before you drop gate cloak, I usually look at local. I kind of get a good assessment of D-scan. I get as much information as I can before I drop gate cloak, and then if I need to go, if I can go straight to gate, great. Or if I need to go to like the sun or to a moon or a planet and kind of get a better assessment of the gate situation, then I'll do that. But essentially every single jump is just going to be hitting jump on that, you know, selection window and then immediately hitting your covert cloak. And this is just quicker too. It's like it doesn't even really come down to like, it doesn't really even just come down to necessarily being like more protective. It's just faster. It's just faster than, you know, gating a Hulk. And yeah, we're not using rigs, and like we could, you know, get a little more tank on the Hulk by using rigs, and you can still do this with rigs. You just have to carry like, you have to just carry extra rigs with you. But I just save money by, you know, not using rigs at all, and that way I'm not burning any of those rigs or anything. So it's like you can see, we're just do a couple more jumps here, but you can see every single jump's the same. You know, it's just hit jump on the selection window, immediately cloak, and do your thing. This is just quick, and you see we had a lot of space. You can actually fit like 2 fitted Hulks in this. I'll show you whenever we get to station, I'll show you the Falcon Sino that I use. It's very basic. It's like basically the Sino and Liquid O and some inertial stabilizers, I think, and that's it. Pretty much all I run. Alright, we are in station, yeah. So here's the process. I usually get to station, whether it be a Sino, a mining ship, whatever. This also works really well when you're doing like a lot of moons in nullsec, and they're in different areas. So you dock up at the Athnor right before a moon op, put together all your ships there, undock, and then you're kind of already ready to go. So we would just drag all this stuff out over here, and then come over here. We find our Hulk fit and everything. This is everything that we brought with us. We hit fit, and then, you know, you put your name in there, whatever, all that good stuff. There we go. And as you can see, the Hulk is now fitted. Now we didn't have these charges in the actual fit itself. They didn't save for whatever reason, but then you can just come in here and boom, ready to go, and get, you know, our good skin on and all that stuff, and that's it. That's, you know, super simple and everything. That's how I move mining ships around. I'll show you the Falcon fit here so you can get an idea there. And that's really kind of how I started doing this whole like strategy and whatnot, is by using this to move Falcons around, because Falcons have a much quicker Sino time than like a Venture. Venture's like 10 minutes, Falcon's like 5, so Falcon is more expensive, but you do have some options with you know, she's not Sino trained, so all this is going to be all, you know, crazy. But this is essentially what the fit looks like. I mean, we've got the Sino field, we got the Covert Sino, Covert Ops, and then a prop mod, and then inertial stabilizers. Now, this is fit like this for buy. That's another reason why I like using corporate fits, is like I can plan a fit on one tune and I know it'll work, and then my Jita alt or my market alt might be elsewhere, and they can actually go and buy the stuff by just adding the whole fit to buy all, and they don't have to see if it works with their skills. Like, we've confirmed it on another character. So this would be like the starting one. Usually what I would do is, I think I cleared them off whenever I got rid of my jump right around. I think I cleared a lot of fits out of here, but this would be like the buy one. But I think that what I would probably end up doing is I'd remove this covert. If I'm not using covert ops, I would remove that, and then save this as just like the regular Sino one, and then do another one with the covert. That way I'm not actually carrying the covert with me every time, just because it brings the cost down. It really just depends on how you want to do it, but it's it's the same situation, like no rigs, and this will fit nicely in the blockade runners. So that's how it works. You can carry a lot. There's actually a video on the channel where I first initially went over this. It's called Nullsec Go Bag, and it basically is how I managed to get a bunch of like I got like an exploration ship, a procure, like things that you would need in a Tengu as well. I think all inside of a crane. You just kind of fly the crane out to Nullsec. You can do PvE, you can do mining, you can do exploration, and everything fits inside the blockade runner. And then when you're done, you just suck it all back up and take off. The Tech 3 cruisers are really nice for this strategy, because when you repackage them, you don't lose the rig, so you can actually go full fit with a Tech 3 cruiser, and you'd be good to go. Another trick too is if you're trying to plan something like this, you can use Janus to help you out. So let's see, let's go look at my Tengu right here. So basically we can just take this whole thing and we can just go add to buy all. And the reason we're using Janus is because we're basically going to look at the fit and we're going to see the volume, and we want to see if it's actually possible or how much space it's going to take up for a strategy like this. And obviously this is going to be largely dependent on how much ammo you're carrying and everything like that. But we should go over here to buy all. We'll copy this to clipboard. Let's bring over Janus real quick, and then you just pull over the screen here. So here we go. So this is over here, Janus. We basically put the entire thing in here. So we got the Tengu. So this is the entire fit, everything, rigs and all. So you see the total volume is going to be about 5466. So that means you could put this entire Tengu inside the crane, and then when you get to where you're going to do like ratting or something, you just put it up, pop it up with your fit, and then break it down when you're done and everything. The other fit for exploration was a buzzard, I believe. So let's clear this, because we can fit with a expanded cargo hold. We get like 12,000 cubic meters, and so what we can do is I need to look at all this real quick. It's been a minute since I've seen that video. I can't remember exactly what all I fit in there. So this is 2600 right there. So I'm pretty sure I got this buzzard, put all that in there, put the entire Tengu fit in there as well. And then I want to say you can run a skiff or a procure, but I usually run procures in Nullsec because they're just cheaper, and that just makes it worth it a little bit more. So let's see, let's get a procure fit here. Just something, this guy, just regular strip miners. You probably have like modulated on here with our deep cores and with Mercoxid crystals and stuff. But let's go ahead and just throw that in there as well. Did that go in there? No, it's being slow. So right now we're throwing in buy all the procure fit, the buzzard fit, which we do for scanning and stuff like that. It also can double up as another covert Sino ship, and then the Tengu. Let's copy this to clipboard. This might be a little bit over. I can't really remember exactly the configuration I had. Okay, no, this is perfect. So this is 12,106.8 cubic meters. So all three of those ships will actually fit in the crane with expanded cargo holds. And I'll show you that real quick. Open this crane up. That's why we carry the expanded cargo holds around, because we never know what we're going to do. So we're either carrying the inertials or the expanded cargo holds. And if you use a different faction like Galante or whatever, you'll have more lows or Amari will have more lows. But so you can see we got 12,582.3 cubic meters. So that means that we could technically buy this entire Tengu fit, which we have some decent amount of ammo in here. So we have enough kind of left over to fill out for ammo. So you can fit that entire fit plus the Procurer with regular strips. You can put mods on here too, carry crystals. It really just kind of depends. It shouldn't be really that big of an issue. And then covert ops, you can take the buzzer. The buzzers, you could probably actually remove these rigs completely, because if you're going to be tearing them down and everything, you could just not run those. And the Tengu, you can keep the rigs on, because the Tengu won't lose those rigs. And we can lose the rigs on these this Procure as well too, which brings the cost down. But that is the trick. I mean, that's how I kind of started doing this, and it works really, really well. So there's no need to, I mean, obviously rigs are great and everything, but I think at the end of the day, the convenience of running everything through gates with a blockade runner is very nice. So that is how I move stuff around. You'll never see me going, I mean, unless I'm being lazy, you'll usually never see me going through a gate with anything less than a blockade runner. And also the Upwell blockade runner, the Deluge is actually pretty nice too. Is, you know, because I use blockade runners for PI as well, especially in nullsec if I'm doing PI in multiple different systems. So same tactic, how you saw me going through each gate, you know, warp to the next gate, immediately cloak, do the same tactic. So with the Upwell blockade runner, it's a little bit slower than the Crane, but it has a lot more space in terms of the hold. You put a lot of PI in there, and then it also has a pretty decent regular size storage for stuff. You can actually put a Procure, broke down Procure in there, so you can actually kind of mess around with this whole strategy with the new Upwells. That's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys got some value out of this. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you've tried before, or you do, or if it's something that, you know, you're gonna probably start doing in the future. Hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, check out the Patreon, and I will see you guys in the next one. Fly safe.